Maxie, I've been thinking, should we do season 3 on the Dr. Joe show? You sure? You sure it's a good idea? You know, that's what I'm talking about. So here we have our package. As I said before, unfortunately I opened the outer box already, so we won't be doing a full unboxing because what happened was I had 2 boxes exactly the same, 2 jars I ordered at the same exact time, and I didn't know which was which. When I was doing the Ramon Alonis jar, the first box I opened, well, it was the wrong box. So I put it back, haven't even looked at it yet, to be honest, except for the very, very, very top, and I knew right away it wasn't the right jar. So, let's open it up and see what we got. It's still a bit of a mystery. I'm trying not to reveal exactly, although the title of the episode obviously says what it is. But this is something that is a very unique piece. And it's a bit of an offshoot. I've said that before, I think. A bit of an offshoot, being that it's really not a brand. Okay? Although it does contain a brand. Hopefully, the cigars, I'm doing this now, and it'll be connected later to when I get the cigars. The cigars aren't even here yet. I'm very worried about them. Hopefully they do get here. I wonder if it says on this jar what cigars they are. And if it doesn't, I won't even tell you. Of course, you can just go look it up. But it would be cooler for you, if you don't know, to find out. Just hope they get here, you know? So let's just carefully, this is really something. I mean, this is packed, maybe I can do this a different way. Sticking the scissor into this doesn't seem like a very good idea. To tell you the truth, I've seen this jar once online before. Passed it up. When I got the Ramon Alonis jar, I asked him, by the way, do you have any of those left, this jar? Yeah, I have one. Okay, send it to me. So I forgot what it even looks like. I don't know if there's a knob on the top or what. I'm trying to be careful here, but I'm starting to lose my patience, as you can see. Oh, for God's sake. Ah, there we go. I think we're all unraveling now. This, you thought the Ramon Alonis jar was rustic? That was made to look rustic through crazing. This is a funny little jar. This is one that I believe, in the future, will be worth a pretty penny to jar collectors. I think it's one that a lot of jar collectors passed up. I'm a huge jar collector, and I passed it up. Because the thing really isn't extremely attractive. In certain ways it is, you know. I guess you could say... But all it is a plain white jar. If you're gonna see close-ups, and there's all sorts of pinholes in the finish of the ceramic. It was done very, you know, very quickly, very I don't want to say hastily, but just it's not amateur work, but it's just very rough work. It's very rough work, you know. Even the knob is just kind of. You know what though? Unlike so many other jars, this looks like it was really made by hand. The other jars are too perfect. They were things were applied by hand, but for the most part, they were put through some sort of machine mold or something. This looks like it was made by hand. The center of the knob is a little lopsided, and that would also explain why there were only 100 made. 100 made. And Visiana, I think it's pronounced, SRP. I'm going to look that up online. Don't even know what that means right now. I'm assuming Viciana is the person who made this jar. Number 36 of only 100 in the world. So as a jar collector, that's a pretty cool thing. It is a Cuban cigar jar. This is like, you could say, the La Casa del Habano jar. 10th anniversary of La Casa del Habano, Melia Cohiba. On the back, Serie Exclusiva de 100 Unidades. Exclusive series of only 100 pieces. Especially made, especialmente diseñadas y fabricadas con motivo del aniversario de la Casa del Habano, Melia Cohiba. Which says, an exclusive series of only 100 pieces, specially made, specially designed and made for the 10th anniversary of the La Casa del Habano, Melia Cohiba. La Casa del Habano in Cuba is what that is, the Melia Cohiba. It's also a hotel, I believe. But, more on that soon. La Habana, Cuba, 2014. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. I love it. I really love it. It's very simple. It's very plain. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. 100 fucking pieces. Who the fuck would have thought? That's really cool. Came over here for a second so we can just give you a close-up of that real quick. And I'll do some pictures later. I want to show you, see how rough that jar is? Oh, I don't know if it'll show up here. We'll have to do some pictures. But a lot of pinholes, and there's the back. What I just read. There's the bottom. 36 of 100. There's the knob. Kind of lopsided and loopy. I'm going to take the top off. I hope to God the cigars get here. The cigars that go in here, I really, really, really wanted. They're not Cohibas. And the reason I really wanted them is because it's a regional edition, of which there are only 2 for this region. And I have one of them, the first one. And this was the second one. Came in boxes of 10. And when it came out, everybody bought them so fast that I actually never fucking got a box. I like the fact that if you have this in your collection, somebody comes over, sees all your fancy glittery jars, and this is the one they pick up and say, wow. Then you know they know their shit. Kind of like Indiana Jones in the fucking Last Crusade, where all those brilliant sparkly cups and he picks that shitty one. And the other guy doesn't, turns into a pile of dust. I love that movie. And there goes the oil burner, but you know what? We're letting it fly for this episode. I'm in a good mood at this very moment. Just want to get the tape off. I'm wondering if by any chance maybe he left the cigars in here. I doubt it though, because I think he gave me 4 tracking numbers. It was going to get me 15 instead of 10 of the cigars I really wanted to try. Really, really wanted to try more than anything. Not just have them, collect them. I really wanted to try these. Yeah, they're not in there. That is a shame. They're not in there. Oh, look at that. Now that's cool. And here's something that's really not done on any other jar. Oh my God, this is so rustic. First of all, you can't keep your cigars in here. You can't keep your cigars in here. Number 1, there's no seal. So, that's that. Maybe I'll put this in the kitchen as a cookie jar. It smells sweet. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Nice seal. Jesus, man. Yeah, no seal. No seal. Jar, if you could smell this. This jar stinks like Cuban cigars. Those cigars must smell fucking great. And they're not here. I'm really fucking pissed and really worried. I'm gonna go track them and see what happened to them. I have a practice now of not tracking cigars. Just kind of waiting on them because I don't want to make myself crazy. But, oh, look at that. Nice. Very cool. For the money, very cool, because honestly, I didn't pay more than the cigars alone would have cost me. And I got this. So, one day, this may be worth more than any other cigar jar. It's possible. It really is kind of like the holy grail of cigars, of cigar jars, as far as rarity goes, as far as the fact that it was made by hand instead of some machine mold, and the fact that it's ugly as fuck compared to all the other ones. The jar of a potter is the one, right? It would have been the cup of a carpenter. It would be the jar of a frugal village potter. Beautiful shit. I like it. I like it. It speaks volumes about, you know, it's very cool. So they had an event, and you went to this event, and they had these jars there for sale. You picked one up, and you got 15 of the cigars that they were celebrating. Look at that. You know, this is, see, not even a sponge. Now, this has a nice little lip here. There's nowhere to put a rubber ring. You know, this has a lip here where you could put a disc-type sponge, I guess. Very wide. But it really wouldn't be good unless... honestly, I don't think these were ever meant to leave Cuba. These are not... You had to go to this event at this La Casa del Habano in Cuba to get this. Other than that, this is not a jar you're going to find all over the internet. This is something very rare, very special. The lid is numbered, unlike any other jar, so you have to have the matching lid. In the future, if you're a collector and you see one, you check the lid and the number's different, less money for it. But I have a really strange feeling. Okay, well, this is actually panning out to what I think is going to be a really great series of episodes. First of all, you may notice something a little strange. My clothes have changed. My clothes have changed. Now, wait a second. Let it be said that I was not in the middle of a cigar review. Okay, I was not on the second third, and I came back to finish the third, and my outfit has changed. That did not happen. That's not what was going on. because if that ever happened to somebody, and I know one day, there's so many cigar reviewers out there, one day, somebody is going to make that mistake and not realize it on the camera, and everybody is going to say, "Gotcha! You saved the cigar for later! You son of a bitch, you didn't review it properly." Anyway, that's not the case. What we were discussing was this wonderful, very limited edition of, this wonderful limited edition Cuban cigar jar made especially for the 10th anniversary of the Melia Cohiba La Casa del Habano in Cuba. So, which is a part of the Melia Cohiba Hotel. And we'll get a little bit more into the history of the actual establishment. I'm going to read a little something too about it, a review on it actually, since I wasn't able to go there. But I have a few things that are making this episode shape up. Number one, the cigars. Now, here we go. If you remember, I had stated earlier that we were looking at the jar, and I said, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to review the cigar that came with this jar, because for the first time in so many years, and I'm talking years, I thought, oh, here we go. They got me. I have a problem. The cigars are missing in action. Well, they were missing in action, and it took me 3 days and about, I don't know, 15 phone calls to finally track them down. Luckily, I got in touch with some very helpful individuals from the United States Postal Service who helped me locate my package. But this is this is something that's been going on in my neighborhood lately, and they have admitted to it. There has been a rash of basically not even ring and runs where they ring the bell, nobody came to the door in 15 milliseconds, so they just slap the thing on there and leave the attempted delivery. Well, I didn't know that these were attempted delivery until I tracked them because, see, look, here's the thing. I've been ordering for so long now that I have developed the habit of ordering and just forgetting, because otherwise you just worry sick. And after having ordered and not having a problem over and over and over and over and over and over and over for year after year after year after year after year, and I'm serious to all of you out there who are like so worried, after that I realized, you know what? I gotta give myself a break. I'm giving myself way too many fucking gray hairs. So what I'm gonna do is order and just forget about it, and eventually I know it'll show up. Well, in this case, it didn't. It didn't, so I finally tracked it and said, attempted delivery. Attempted delivery. I didn't even get an attempted delivery slip. Now, mind you, I have been down at the post office 4 times already. Twice I got the slip, twice I didn't. So this is the second time this scenario has happened with the same packages. One was the freaking La Ep10 jar, which ended up at the post office. The cigars for the Ramon Alonis jar ended up stuck at the post office. This ended up stuck at the These ended up stuck at the Anyway. Point is, good thing I searched. And I said, oh, here we go. I called up. Phone call. Okay, finally we found it. I had to go pick it up anyway. Picked it up. You know, when I got there, this is when I got there, I hand him the tracking number because I don't have attempted delivery slip, and he goes, oh yes, they called ahead. You know, I said, yeah, that's me. He said, could you step into my office for a minute? Say goodnight, Max.